How many weeks out are we?
12 weeks today. To the date, we're 12 weeks. This is our push day. We actually didn't go too crazy today because we trained push a couple days ago. This dude's flexing, being a turd. But another cut that. I just lanked out. Put it down. No, honestly, I mean, I could bullshit you guys or I could be honest with stuff. Today we did a push movement first, as far as incline bench, just to look cool for the camera. You're gonna be strongest in the beginning of a session. I mean, honestly, most times when I come in here and do chest, we'll start with a big compound movement, like that first, just because that is very true. You're gonna be strongest in the beginning of a lift, especially during a dieting phase, as your calories drop, your carbs drop. So we want to get the most bang for our buck while our energy is high. So we'll do, those compound movements while strength is high, and typically strength drops off, the lower your carbs get. So typically you'll be strong for one movement or a couple sets and it drops off. So when we go into more isolation stuff, we'll do some flies. We'll probably go back into press, just because at least for me, I'm not dieting too hard, so I'll still have some energy. Maybe go into a flat press and then go into shoulders. And chest and shoulders, there's a reason that we have it that order, just because historically my chest has been weaker than my shoulders. So again, it's starting with what you need the most work on, why you have the most strength. So we start with chest, and it'd be vice versa. If my chest was really strong and my shoulders were weak, we'd start with shoulders and go into chest. But I need them boobies. I need some cleavage. So
let's get it.
I'm trying, man. So we did our heavy fly sets. You're really in my face. You're up in my grill, son. There we go. We did our heavy fly set, so chest is gonna be fatigued. So I'm gonna go into a stretch set. There's some studies showing on avian models, birds, that actually extreme stretching, stretching of the muscle fibers can induce a different type of growth. And beyond that, you seem to get a better pump, with that big stretch. So we'll do one of those sets. I'll stop being lazy.
So what we just see there, Nick?
Force negatives, partner assisted force negatives.
Get that blood flowing.
My arm now. The rest of the workout is gonna be like this. So we're moving on to rear delts, and this is one thing that, you know, a lot of these little muscle groups that people don't pay attention to, they can really make a difference on stage. A lot of people don't you know, hit rear delts directly, but I mean, you can almost see them from, you know, virtually any angle, from the side, from the rear, and even to an extent from the front in certain poses. So it's definitely a muscle group that you want to make sure is addressed. So we actually do triceps every single day because apparently Hayden needs to hit his triceps more.
Some jackass on the internet said I have weak triceps.
So we do them every single day. 2 hours of triceps. That's all I got. I'm gonna go home and eat. I'm like Forrest Gump, you know, when he's running? Like when he's running cross country. That's how I like measure my workouts right now. How Forrest Gump is running cross country and he just like stops and he's like, all right, that's enough, I'm going home.
We're done. Time to feed.
I get to that point.
Time to feed.
I think I'll go home now.
I'm gonna go home.